Challenged from various quarters, the government's immediate threat comes from the band Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan that has launched a long march to lay siege to the national capital. The body of hardline Sunni activists demands that the government fight the perceived Islamophobia in Western world. More specifically, it wants a French envoy in Islamabad expelled for France's expulsion of Islamists at home and its role in the Charlie Hebdo cartoons controversy. The government that has banned TLP has also been talking to its leaders, reportedly committed last November to the envoy's expulsion and ending of trade ties with France. This buying of time or food dragging has only emboldened other Islamic groups. Pakistan has scores of them to join the TLP protests. The long march, joined by thousands of its workers in major cities, has already caused the deaths of 3 policemen and 2 protesters as on October 22, with tensions rising. On Saturday, the relatively less equipped and poorly trained workers of the prescribed TLP had managed to bulldoze all security layers of the Lahore and Sheikhupura police and entered Gujranwala while chanting slogans and calling on the activists to join them, the Dawn newspaper said in a report. The authorities have deployed paramilitary forces, including the Frontier Constabulary, the Rangers and Elite Commandos, to deal with the marchers. They were, however, outnumbered as the marchers pierced through the authorities' multi-layered blockades and cordons, including placing of huge steel containers. Going by past experience, such protests have the tendency of being prolonged, leading to violence and causing political instability and economic misery for the public. Prime Minister Khan had himself led on when he was in the position, and it has lasted several weeks. With the internet snapped and roads blocked, they also affect economic activity and cause misery to the people. As of last weekend, the TLP had issued what seemed to be a 2-day ultimatum. It has lodged itself at Mirdki and will not enter Islamabad, 368 km away, while talks are underway. The announcement was made by Interior Minister Sheikh Rashid, who claimed that the talks had almost succeeded, but the TLP declared that nobody will go home till demands are fully met. They include the release of their chief, Saad Hussain Rizvi. Reflecting confusion over who would conduct the talks, Prime Minister Khan directed that a committee be formed with Nurul Haq Qadri, the Religious Affairs Minister, in charge, and left on a 3-day visit to Saudi Arabia. Sensing greater seriousness, however, he directed Rashid, who was in Dubai to watch India-Pakistan cricket match, to return home and head the negotiation stream. All issues are wide open at the end of the negotiations over the weekend. The minister said that detained TLP workers, along with those banned and placed on the 4th schedule, would be released, he said, under an agreement signed with the TLP earlier. The issue of expelling the French ambassador will be taken to Parliament for debate. Qadri and I have signed agreements with the TLP. We will take the issue of the French ambassador's expulsion to the National Assembly and ask the Speaker to form a committee. He said the French ambassador was not present in the country at the moment, adding that the TLP's objection was justified as there had been no progress on their courts for 6 months. Of the TLP leadership, the minister said, they are political people and they have the 3rd highest vote bank in Punjab. They reserve the right to make any statement. Significantly, each time the TLP is mentioned, the media refers to it as a prescribed body, but the government has been talking to them, thus lending it a measure of legitimacy. A media representative sought to point out the contradictions in the government's handling of the Islamists. Minister Rashid's matter-of-fact reply was that the mention of the TLP being banned was a matter of record. He skirted the issue of the government holding talks with the banned body. Situation remains critical. For government, it is a tightrope to walk, explained a Punjab government official who did not want to be named to Dawn newspaper. It could not offer anything to the TLP but intimidation, which unfortunately might not work due to the religious factor. The newspaper said in its editorial on October 24 that the TLP's ability to paralyze cities and bring life to a grinding halt is well known. It is also well known that the group has been indulged, emboldened, and then struck down by various powers. While this makes for a multifaceted problem, the government's mishandling of the TLP has been a constant source of concern. Placing the TLP protest in all over context, it observed the TLP's ability to paralyze cities and bring life to a grinding halt is well known. It is also well known that the group has been indulged, emboldened, and then struck down by various powers. While this makes for a multifaceted problem, the government's mishandling of the TLP has been a constant source of concern. News Desk Kaumudy Global.